I'm briefly going to talk about social media. Normally, Commissioner Rothstein rants about it, but today I will. I was at an event earlier this week that you had to pay to go to, so I don't know if you call that public-private. Anybody could have paid. And evidently and intentionally, I used the word shit. Well, that seems to offend a whole bunch of people. Now, I think part of the reason it offends them because I said that a group doesn't give a shit. They just say they do. And that probably offended them. They'll probably get over it. But I didn't put it on YouTube. I didn't put it on social media, but others did, and they've watched it. And I'm glad. I hope they think I made a point. But they keep saying, which people know how immature and blunt I am, and I use bad language occasionally. And I do. And yeah, I say things that I'd probably, which again, you're not allowed to do anymore. I'd probably swat the butt of a grandkid if they said it. But that's life. To those same social media people, they're trying to give me advice, and I don't normally take much advice from keyboard jockeys. I particularly don't take it from the ones who don't have the guts to use their own name. They use a fake name, they use anonymous, or they use a name that stands for what they're against. I think that's so sad. And I'd like to tell them mainly, and anybody else listening, I'd like to use some real curse words just to show you how irrelevant it is. Put your mind back at the last presidential election and think about everything that was going on there, and then put your mind to today, a few years later. If I wanted to use curse words, I would like to say open border, illegal crossings, gas price, grocery price. I learned something in math class, the gambler's rule, and essentially it says the one with the most money is going to win. You know, sooner or later the house is going to win. Sooner, if I sat down with Commissioner Vigliotti and he has $1 million and I have 100,000, sooner or later he's going to win. Well,
Sooner or later.
yeah, sooner or later. And you know, we look at these conflicts throughout the world, Ukraine and others, and we constantly ship our tax dollars there instead of helping people in our country. We're not going to change the fact that the one that started out with the most assets is probably going to win, and that's my humble opinion. So you know, conflicts throughout the world. There's a lot of things that have gone on in the last few years that hadn't for the four before that. I don't care. Well, I care, but it's irrelevant who's president and who isn't, and all of that. But it's very relevant every time I fill my Tahoe with gas. That has costed me almost double what it did 3 years ago. So, thank you, social media, for motivating me. And I don't look at it a lot, but I get sent text messages with links. So I'll continue to look at some of the links. But again, if you'd like to come here and do public comment, unfortunately, you have to give your name and address. You can't do it with a fake name, so bring it on. Thank you, guys.
You do give a